It's only 9:30. There comes Marty. They were all out here a little while ago. Morris and Stripe and Marty and Tux, who's eating, because you know he didn't leave the area. And Marty came in, but Stripe looked at me right at the door and he didn't come. And they were laying on the driveway. I don't like it when they give up on me. It's like, God, I get out here. Well, I mean, I don't run around to get out here, but I don't leave them hanging very long. That's a good boy, Marty. Let me go over there by the carport and see if I can get the rest of them to come. Surely Morris and Stripe want to eat. And this time of year, there's hornets and flies, and it's just better if they come eat first thing. Well, I'll give it a few minutes. Don has that 5-gallon bucket under the sink for me, so I've been able to wash my hands or wash a few things. I just can't go crazy. I'm going to leave my bowls out here until I'm speaking optimistically he gets it fixed. Here comes Stripe. He's come from the same direction Morris was. I mean, excuse me, Marty was. Hopefully Morris will come back, but when Morris walks away, he normally doesn't come back till later in the day, which is unfortunate. Although yesterday afternoon, he was hanging out most of the day. Anyway, Don's gonna work on the plumbing and I'm gonna mow here after I get all the kitties handled and fountains filled and stuff. I guess I'll take, maybe I'll take my one bowl over to the side area instead of in the house to clean it. Well, that's a release. Morris trotted back across from the carport too. Hi, Mart. Hi, Mart. Good boy. Hey, Stripe, are you going to help me fill water bowls, fountains? You going to walk with me? He usually follows me around. I cut this back yesterday, or Don was going to boycott helping water plants and wash my car. He doesn't like it when the leaves tickle his legs. I had to cut it back. It'll fill back in a week or two where it doesn't look quite so bare. I don't like it, but I did the right thing. Hey, Panther. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. Yeah, I know mowing in the afternoon is better shade, but I don't want to wait till the afternoon. Hopefully I can get out there in 15 more minutes. There she is. He was a little unhappy with me yesterday when I was doing all that cleaning in here. But later in the day she came out and she was doing better. Here's the chicken. I'd have liked if you'd have ate a little more of that other food, but I get it. I do. I didn't mean to scare you yesterday with mowing grass. I don't know if I'll be back in here today or not, but maybe one of the small or both of the small shelves. And save the one on top for another session. We'll see. Hi, buddy. Well, I absolutely love coming out, and he's always by the back door. Pretty faithful there. I really do like it. The other cats are most often around, but not at quite the extent he is. Stripe is usually close by, or Marty, and they hear me and they come. There's Marty. I apologize in advance for mowing, but at least it's not a very loud mower. Neither Marty or Tux is terrified of it. They move away from it, but they don't act terrified. It's 10:30. It takes me about 90 minutes. Don's had 3 cups of coffee. He's fixing to start also. And let's see, what else was I going to say? Oh, I got to get my hat out of Jules because this time of year I definitely can't mow without covering my head. And I threw it yesterday because I forgot to put it in the back, so of course it's on the other side. I did see the Hummer on the canna lily when I was up on the front porch feeding Panther and refreshing his water. So maybe I'll have time to get some pictures or video of that before those flowers go away. I did water this guy this morning. Every day I come out and it's not been ate by a deer, I smile about this one and that one over there in particular. You can see the grass really needs it, so I'm gonna have to, I won't be able to mow without emptying the bagger. I did ask Dawn to come out about every 30 minutes and make sure I had water and empty the bagger for me. I'm trying, remember I try not to touch it because of poison ivy. I will, but I don't want to. It takes me about 90 minutes to do up here around the house the way I like to do things, so let's get her done. Quit this stall and filming video stuff.
I'm bringing Marianne some water. I'm fixing to go under the house and survey my plumbing options. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm probably going to be running up to Home Depot here pretty shortly. The grass is really high. I'm sure it's going to take her a little longer. All that rain we've had and this sun, it's really lush. Well, the weeds are, or whatever kind of grass that is. Crabgrass, I guess. I brought her water.
And I drank the whole thing. It's only been 30 minutes, but the first pass around is the longest part because I pull weeds and throw sticks, and that takes me the longest, and then I get moving in the middle and it goes faster.
Yeah, and of course as I come across the bridge I stepped on a board and I can tell that it needs to be replaced, so you know, it's just one thing after another.
How about reinforced underneath?
Well, yeah, I don't know which is going to be. I'm going to do whichever is the absolute easiest. Okay. You know, I've done a fair amount of plumbing, but I'm not a plumber. I've fixed leaks, replaced hot water heaters. I've even installed this sink. I've unplugged toilets. Don't think I've ever, maybe a typical easy snake where the P-trap was plugged up with my little plastic snake, you know, 3 foot long. I think I've handled all that, but this is the first time I've had a failure to the point where I couldn't open up the drain. And of course I've taken the drain apart here, the P-trap out and snaked it. And I put a 8 foot snake down there, basically a piece of coaxial cable. And it made no difference. This thing is plugged up as tight as it can be. Now look, I hear what you're saying. There's a drain vent pipe. I understand that. And in our case, of course, it's not a nice straight vertical vent. So I'm in line with the drain pipe. And I'm going straight up. And there's the window. So what happens is there's a 90-degree elbow. It may be above that. I don't know. I've never seen it without the cabinet here. May go up a couple inches and then, but it definitely goes over and then up. So going up to the roof and just snaking something down, it's going to probably take 2 90-degree elbows. And the chances of me, with the equipment I have, the types of things I have to use for a snake, of getting that to work is pretty small. So I said, well, before I get crazy, I'm going to go watch a couple YouTubes, and I did. And the YouTubes implied that this pipe here is going to come loose from the stack, the vertical stack vent pipe. That chrome disc is there. I'm willing to cut that chrome disc, but I'm about 99% sure that this is PVC'd straight on to the pipe, is not threaded. They all kind of implied this connection right there, that there was some type of thread, and I don't believe so. And they were talking plastic pipe like this, PVC pipe. So I don't believe them. I don't think it is. I can be wrong, but there is no room. And I did not install this Y, but that cap, I put that cap in, and I also reused what was there when I installed the sink, this fitting right here. So that, let's call it a 30 degree elbow or something like that, because it's not really a 45, it's just a little crick. This sink was originally 2 drains, and I basically converted it to 1 and didn't have a lot of trouble doing it. And that was 5 years ago or something like that. And this is the first real problem we've had. So I guess at this point, I really am going to go under the house and see what it looks like under there. I'm thinking I'm going to cut the pipe and snake up that pipe from the bottom up. Well, now I might be in luck. There's the pipe coming down from the sink. And there's a nice little drain that I might be able to undo that cap and stick my snake up there. And then it runs all the way down there. And anyway, the main trunk, the 4-inch pipe there, this 2.5-inch pipe ties into that. But anyway, so I've got plenty to work with here. I'm a little encouraged. I did not remember how it was done under here, but my first thing I'm going to do is open that up and see if I can stick a snake up this direction. Y'all wish me luck. Okay, I'm not expecting a lot of water to come out of here. It's dripping, but I don't know that that's it. I was able to break it loose. Maybe it's going to be more water than I think. Hopefully I won't get a face full of it. I mean, it's possible it's plugged up down this pipe. I mean, I've been going on the assumption it's north of here, but you know, that might be why my snake didn't work, is because of it's south that way. I'm gonna put the camera down here because I don't really want to video myself getting a face full of sewage, you know. In Houston, we have found the problem. It's not that direction. The plug's this direction. I mean, the pipe was full. So, of course, a lot of nasty stuff come out of here. So I'm gonna stick my snake in there. I've made a little homemade snake. You see here. I put well, where's my, there it is. I didn't know I was on 2X. I put this is that flexible thing that cleans out ductwork for the dryer, and it happened to have a hole in it, so I stuck a piece of wire and bent it, and I'm gonna stick that down the drain and see what she pulls out. It's probably gonna be really nasty. Okay, I'm back up underneath the sink. It was some really nasty stuff came out from down there. I'm gonna put this back together and run some water through there. I put the plug back in, but it's not sealed or anything. I'm gonna try to run it a couple times. I did run the snake up this way, and I could tell it was clear. So that's the reason that my snake, you know, if my snake was 25 foot long, I might have been able to clear it out. But I did get down, apparently, did actually make it down the drain versus up the vent. So anyway, I'm not 100% confident I've cleaned out that pipe under the house. However, I put my snake 8 feet down that pipe. That's as long as I can go. I have a methodology I can add on to it, but I thought I'd try this first. Also remember, I got to be careful. I don't want a big slug of crud growing there. Then it clogs up the main pipe. So, you know, it's sort of like a little dab-a-doo-ya here. So let's see what happens once I put it back together. Well, you win some, you lose some. As you can see, it's not draining yet, so I haven't unplugged it. And I would have to tell you, based on the amount of water that came out of the pipe when I removed that plug underneath the house, I would definitely say that it drained the vertical column from there to the sink of water. That's what came out. So the plug is still south, so I'm going to have to extend my snake a little bit more. Oh well. Okay, here's the smoke test. And the fact that it's draining now doesn't mean anything because it takes a bit of water to fill up that pipe. But right now it seems to be draining pretty good. Got a nice whirlpool there. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say I'm going to be optimistic. I'm not going to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Yeah, baby, I think that's good. plumbing master. Not. This is the second sink of water. It seems to be doing just fine. So honestly, I'm going to go put some pipe sealant on that plug, and I'm going to call this good. Alright, I'm calling her done. I've put the Teflon pipe sealant on that plug, put it in there, tighten it down pretty well, but I didn't crank on it because I don't want to crack that fitting. So I think we're going to call it good. Just cleaning up everything now. I mopped up the nastiness that was down there, and so hopefully it'll dry out pretty good.
Glad to get that done. I went up to the street and I mowed most of the left side and what I usually do around the mailbox on the right side. I certainly did all the parts that the guy that comes on the riding mower, it's harder for him and easier for a push mower. And I blew the driveway and the cul-de-sac. Don handled that yucky mess under the house. I feel for him, but at least we don't have to call a plumber. I never had any doubt that he wouldn't get it sorted out, so that's good. We're fixing to shower and pile up. Yeah, I don't know that we'll be doing too much else today. It's like going on 2 or something now. I'm making a standing, well, I guess it's a New York strip roast, so it's like 3 New York strip pieces as a roast versus cut up. I cook it in the closed oven method, just like a standing rib roast. I only wish it was a standing rib roast, but it'll be pretty good. Hi. You rubbing your face? Does that feel good? Huh? Does that feel good? It's a good boy. Hi. Yeah. Mom's all done with the noise, and Mr. Don's done going under the house. They're making noises under the house. It's a good boy. It's a good boy. Oh, wow. It's back going again. That's amazing. I guess it's pretty foolhardy of me to leave the big rock behind back there, though, huh? That rock might be harder to move than one would think. I did get the rocks moved. At least it stands a fighting chance. Don fixed the light better, and it looks really good. I'm kind of emotional about him fixing it for me. I miss my fountain when I'm stuck in the kitchen cooking. And I don't really mind cooking, but sometimes I'm stuck. You know, somebody's got to do it, right? I really enjoyed looking out the window at it, so. Hi, Stripe. It's nice to give me a meow to let me know you're there so I don't step on you. Tux is hanging out over here, my buddy. There it is. I need Pokemon.
I need coffee.
Somehow we were out of coffee beans this morning. I don't know how that happened. Thank God for the Nespresso.
Yeah, well, subscribe and save. They said I didn't notice because I don't watch that stuff. Amazon canceled my coffee delivery on July 1st, so I had not noticed that I didn't have coffee until I ran out of coffee. Because yesterday morning I went and loaded up this morning and there was no coffee. But my girl, she took good care of me.
I fixed you right up.
Yeah, and I needed all the Nespresso I could possibly get in me to take on my plumbing job. Oh, man.
I haven't watched the videos yet that you shot, but I look forward to...
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, he came out and brought me water and everything, and I'm all chipper and smiling, and there's my Donnie, and he's like, let me get this finished up. I gotta go clean up that mess.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty under there.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Coffee has been procured, and we are on our way to the house now. Buy a few more Pokestops. The sun's setting, it's going on 8 o'clock here. It's not exactly our mower, and we may have rescued it. Let's see if it works. It's not self-propelled.
No, it's not self-propelled.
You have to pull the thing. You push it and then pull. Thank you. See, he doesn't operate the mower. Okay. Well, you just get right on that one.
Being mean to me.
I am not, but that was...
I haven't cut the grass in 5 years.
Well, that was pretty funny how you tried to start it. I thought...
didn't remember.